What is up, Lost World crew? We're out here at the Belmont Mill, and we're at the mill and the tram. So the tram comes in. Already walked through it. It's pretty rad. It's in good shape. It's pretty awesome, you know, like most of the mills we go to, none of this tin is still on here. And then the cable's going all the way up to the mine, which we'll go explore later. But I believe they were working out here in 1906, and they built this, and it was functioning in 1926. So pretty old. But let's start at the bottom of this mill. Wow. This is real nice, real clean. We're gonna camp here tonight, so I'm probably gonna camp down here. Some vodka, some cubbies. But it's pretty cool. Right above us there'd be, and I'll show you, but there would be ball mills, different types of mills, and all this stuff would run down in here, get sifted out. Just look at that. That's so cool. So it all run down. You can see the chutes coming in, run into this guy, get classified, sorted out. Bigger material would run out that way, waste rock, and they'd be dumping it. Stuff they'd want would come out into a flotation. I believe mercury. So small stuff they wanted would come out into the flotation tank, which would separate it down even more. Some nasty stuff probably in there. And then this building here would have been the engines, motors that would drive all the belts that would give power to all the stuff in there. Big motor would be here. Might have had water as well being pumped in. We go up to that drive link up there, which would run inside. And come out there. There'd probably be another pulley with belts, which would come down, power everything else in this location. Like I said, over there would be ball mills crushing, come in down here. Up above us there's a larger ore bin with a little shaker, screen deck, and the smaller stuff would come out and go somewhere else over there. I'll show you when we get up there. And the larger material would come down into this guy. And for some reason I'm blanking on the name of this thing right now, so I'll put it up top. But man, this is so cool. Like I said, just it all being enclosed still in real good condition. I do know, I think it's the park, might be BLM, has done some repairs as well to keep it looking real nice. Like you can see there's some new some wood up there. So like this is what I was saying. I believe there would be different types of ball mills, crushers, whatnot in this location. Crush it up. They would shoot it out down these little chutes here. So it would crush, go into those chutes and go down that way and back out to that guy. This is so rad. What is this guy? I don't know what this would be. Some other kind of crushing thing, maybe? I don't know. If you guys know what it is, let me know. Something would spin. It's all wood in there. All right, let's head over. I'll show you where the shaker is. Looks like they'd have that, like those other mills. Yep, a cup system right here that would go down, pick ore up, take it up to where it needed to go, send it on its way. Rad. Those are big cups too. Working our way over. Here's where all our electricity would come in, run through here, tie it off. One's still hooked in. This is pretty rad. But they removed the ladder, so I'm gonna climb up there and I'll show you what I was talking about with the shaker. But before we get up there, you can see this is where the larger stuff would go. And then there's a screen and it would fall into this and go out. It looks like into where these cups, this cup system was, come down and go into here. That's what I'm assuming. And they get taken up to wherever it needed to go. But let me climb up top and I'll show you what it looks like from the top of the shaker. Just kind of up here, but to show you, this bad boy would shake. Their smaller material would go through this screen, which has to be real small because it's a small screen gauge right there. Larger ore would run down to that chute and out in that guy. Or it'd be dropping in from up there. There's another screen in this. Interesting. That would shoot out, dump down there. Pretty rad. Okay, let's go over here. Now this right here is where the cups are in. This guy. Before we head that way, we're gonna head up just a little ways. This is where they could get to all their belts and drives above to work on. Looks like another another table. Sweet. Let's go up this ladder before we go up that ladder. Man, I'll tell you what, this thing's a lot bigger in person seen some videos where people are just outside or taking photos. I was like, why isn't anyone going in there? And it's because it's massive. Coming over here is the big old hopper. Got some stairs dropping in over there. It's pretty dark. Go down, feed out that way. Here's the top of the cup system. And there's the other ladder system right there. Another hopper. Still got its belt on it. It's pretty cool. Counterweights outside for the tram. Here's that other ladder system. Just head down. Maybe there's a cup system in there as well. I know there's, I said in there's that cup system. Could work on their drive links up here. Yeah, it's another like shaker screen classifier. I gotta get a book on mills so I know what all this stuff is. I kind of piece it together, but it'd be nice to know real names, and since there's a lot of pieces missing, know what might have been where. And it looks like smaller stuff would come into these pipes and then probably pump out into the ball mills and crushers. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie called Horror in the High Desert, but this is where a lady comes and gets haunted by some creature thing out here, ends up killing her. Looks like another like flotation thing. Is this thing sturdy? Sturdy enough. It's a nice ladder. So some kind of chemical process would go in here, maybe. These look like mercury barrels, I think, since it's got these big bands on it. Thought I remember reading something about that. It's so heavy. Mercury or yeah, mercury, I'm thinking. So we had track coming in to the upper tramway. Massive counterweights. Wonder how heavy this bad boy is. Even those. Tram shooting that way towards the mine. Some cable. Before we go up into the tram house, let's check out what's in here. Maybe like a storage area. That's fire hose right there. I'll tell you what, it's 2.5 inch way jacks. Stuff sucks, heavy. Cotton. I should say. But yeah, looks like this was like just a place they could store stuff. Use every space they got. Anchor for stabilizing this. Let's close the door. Cool. Yeah, let me adjust and we'll head on up. Tonamont, Belmont, Division 00, East Ely, Nevada. And I believe a lot of this material came from Tonopah. There's a couple buildings just down below. They just removed them from Tonopah and brought them over here. Looks like they removed the first couple steps here to keep us from getting up, but they can't stop us. They can't stop Lost World Crew. Let's look into that storage room. Another door higher up. You can store stuff higher. Ladders. Steps are pretty sturdy. We got some buildings out that direction, which we'll check out after. Now that over there, I believe, is where their water was. They had, I think, 2 water tanks that were set up. Wood. All the wood's gone, but the pipage is still there. See, we got a chute coming off. Bunch of new markings. This looks like it would be a cup system in this guy. Yep, that goes into the 2 hoppers that would feed down into the mill. We're still going. Oh, sick. Tram carts would come in. Obviously, this probably wouldn't be here. Dump right over the hoppers here. Looks like they had maybe some carts that would come in as well from that section. There's the big bull wheel. The counterweight cable, which looks like a anchor. Walker MFG Company, or Colorado, Denver, Colo. Counterweight's hooked onto right here. So trip. Those are those old buildings. That first one to the left down there was the SAA building. The one in the middle was a boarding house. I think a lady lived up in there up until late 60s, early 70s. She actually lived in the kitchen, which is the furthest part of that building, and she'd rent out the other rooms. Big structure falling down there. Mine is that way. I believe this tramway is 9,032 feet, something like that. Still got the doors. Little work area. Oh, rad. This is pretty rad, guys. Like I said, it's just so cool that it's still all enclosed with this metal. Normally it's just the bones of the mill and tramway. And this is where those, I believe, ore carts would come in. So I don't know where they were coming, if there's another mine up on this hill over here and they're bringing stuff down, or what it was for. And yeah, there's the top of that cup system. Go up, smaller stuff would dump in, go to where it needed to go. These like grizzly gates, probably be going out over this, so the bigger material wouldn't fall into their hopper and plug it up. How cool. Let's just listen to the wind. Pretty sick. Well, let's run on down and go check out what those buildings are up above, and then we'll look at the lower structures, and then probably work our way up to the mine, the upper tram house, see if we can get into the mine if they haven't caged that one. And it's so much bigger in person. It's crazy how big this thing is. It's so awesome that it's still enclosed. I'm happy. All right, just leaving the tram and mill, and we're gonna head over here, see what these buildings are about. Looks like we got some cars that are flipped upside down. Got 1, 2, 3. Someone's real good at rolling cars. Taking this turn way too fast. Looks like they took up the drive link. Wonder if they flipped them to use the drive links in the mill there. Yeah, each one is gone. So maybe they use them for the pulleys and drive links in the mill, maybe. Let's get around this corner, check out this these couple buildings. All right, just coming up on the first one. Looks like the whole thing just kind of fell back. This thing just collapsed on itself. Maybe an outhouse. Yeah, there's the front wall, back wall just folding in. It had a nice little deck. Probably a storage shed in here. It's like the mountain's starting to encroach its way in. What a spot though. I mean, that mill is beautiful. Cool, let's head back down to the camp and maybe head on up to the mine. Well, definitely we're gonna head up there. All right, just getting down to the main camp. This first building here was the assay office. And this building was moved from Tonopah over here. Must have been some short people, no one over 6 feet, that's for sure. Barely stand. Maybe they had like a smelter over here or something. Bunch of chemicals. Those structures have fallen down. That one was pretty big, so I think maybe that might have been boarding area. But I know this one, I was reading that lady, like I said, lived up here until late 60s, 70s. She would live in the kitchen and rent out the other small rooms. So she'd be living in here, making food for the few miners that were left. Old mattresses, they're all falling apart. But pretty rad. Well, we're gonna gear up, probably drive a little ways up the road and hike up to the mine. So I'll catch you at the upper tramway and mine. Alright, made it up to the upper hoist house. Yeah. Big old bull wheel. There's these grips keep the cable from slipping. But now they don't want to move. Oh, there we go. And then you got a hobo up here. pretty awesome. This wheel's from New York. So I think this tramway is like 9,030 feet. So over a mile. And then this still works. Engage and disengage the drive link. We'll go over here to these two. It's like one's like a motor house. They had a bunch of machinery. Another one looks like where they were living. And coming into this building, it looks like this is where they had some motor mounts. So they had some kind of machinery in here. Mounts, concrete mounts. And they leave these big gaps and put the rod in there because when they put the motor down, they had a little bit of play. So they didn't have to be exactly on point. They could adjust it as needed. Epic view. Mine's up there, I believe. So we'll head up there after we check out the cabin. And the wood on this is awesome, just sun-baked. And I'm assuming this is where like some of the miners would live. The hoist operator. Come right in. The stairs. We won't walk around up in it, but we'll go upstairs. So up here is probably just beds. Where dudes could sleep, get out of the elements. Went down the electricity. It's where the kitchen, the oven was. We got a flash hood. All the smoke and such would go up. Got a nice mattress right there. Again, what a view. This is where I'd want to stay. Minor trash. Looks like there was another building that fell down right there. Pretty cool. Seems like in a few more years this thing's starting to fall over, so this might not be here for much longer. It's like they had probably a deck right here, so I'm assuming. Pretty cool. But before we head up to the mine, let's walk down this little path here and get a view of the valley. It's one of the tram towers, which is pretty cool. Looking back, upper tram house, and then mine up there. Stuff would come out, dump into an ore bin. There was more track that would go across the road, dump back down, and go into where the ore bins were. Tram cars, sorry. Let's head over there and go up to where the mine is. So like I was saying, the mine should be right up there. Come out, or would come out, go into this hopper, go across in some more track, and then out that direction. I'll see you up there. I just make it up to the main platform building. I see they bring the ore out and we go in that hopper, and then there's that track below us would probably go in a chute into the ore cart and then run into the tramway. Looks like a blacksmith shop or something. Beer. I don't know. Pretty cool. Huh. Might be the entrance is collapsed, but the mountain starts over here, so and snow. Well, it's tight. Yeah, I'm gonna get a light and see if this goes. Hello. That's what it looks like. Okay. It's like so yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's hard rock, so. Huh? Two. At least it's hard rock. It's all filled in from outside. Just can't see around this. I don't know if I want to go in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go in any farther. It's super tight, and there's a big. What is that? It looks like a collapse section right there. I can't see around the corner. There's all this water dripping on my face. Can you hold this while I climb out and just shoot it at me?
Torture.
Let's go into my eyes.
Boy.
Ah!
It's Chinese water torture.
Vietnam. Vietnam, man. They're just pointing at me. It's on. Let me hand you this too. I don't break it even more.
Make some phone calls. Charge a few things to your Amazon account.
Yeah.
Order a new flashlight.
What's up, Action Twins? Those guys would have crawled in here no problem. If it opened up more, I would have went, but it's like 2.5 feet. And I'm soaking wet. You don't have to take a shower now.
Good thing we don't have a shower. Oh, screen just went black.
Yeah, it just goes black. Okay, we tried. We'll go look off this or pass and head on down. All right, we gave it a shot. But as you can see, the ore would come out this way. To the left is where the ore that they wanted to process would go. So it'd run out there, go down to the tramway, and then this way is the way the garbage or waste rock would go. And they just dump it off here. And pretty cool. Well, that's gonna do it for this trip to the Belmont mine. We're gonna go down, eat dinner, crash out, and then push on. So, like always, love your adventure. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.